I don't know how you do it all. I hear that from people so often. Not as often now as I used to, but now when I hear it, it is terrifying to me. It is a huge red flag. Here's why. I have a tendency to be an overachiever. I have a tendency to overpack my schedule. And years ago, I figured out that that was not good for me. It was killing me quite literally. And I recognize now that, yes, I am a badass and I can buckle down and I can suck it up and I can get through anything, but I don't have to. And when I figured out that I didn't have to and that I could still get everything done that I wanted to get done, but I didn't have to run myself into the ground to do it, I stopped. However, just like any old vice, it creeps its way back and it's addicting. And every once in a while, I feel it and that drive, that need to feel accomplished, to feel productive, it pulls me in like any other addicting substance or vice. And I think it's because you get this adrenaline rush of being able to do everything for everybody and do it on 4 hours of sleep. And yes, there's a little admiration in there too. People think that you're awesome. So it boosts up your ego. But in the meantime, it's physically killing you. It's mentally destroying your brain. And I recognized that. So I stopped it years ago. And recently, someone said to me, I don't know how you do it all. And I was like, oh no. Red flag, Mayday, red lights flashing. Like, Houston, we have a problem. We have to stop right now. And I quite literally pushed pause on everything for 2 days. I was like, okay, we're going to pause everything because I need to figure out why I've been sucked back into this habit, back into this lifestyle and this pattern that I've had for years. And I thought I had broken. And the reason I compare it to an addiction is because it's the same thing that happens in your brain. You get the dopamine hit, you get the surge of pride and excitement that you did all the things. And our brain loves that. It loves it when it gets it from alcohol. It loves it when it gets it from sugar, and it loves it when it gets it from stress. And unfortunately, our brain likes to continue that same cycle of, well, that was good, so I want more. That was good, I want more, just like sugar, just like other things. And it can also take a toll on you, just like other things, physically, mentally, emotionally, and stress can kill you. It will kill you. So for me, when I hear someone say that, I feel exactly like I imagine an alcoholic feels when they're reaching for that drink. There's something that goes, uh-oh, if we keep going down this path, we're not going to like where we end up. It's a big red flag, like I said. And so I stopped for 2 days. I reevaluated things and I realized how and why I'd been sucked back in and immediately cut off the things that were sucking me back in or found ways to change them, just like I talk about all the time. Why am I sharing this? Well, because I imagine that the same thing has happened to you. I imagine that maybe a similar situation where you've done all the things to maybe stop eating sugar or to start exercising, and then feels like you blink and you turn around and you're right back in eating all the sugar, not going to the gym, or taking on too much stress. So I'm human. You're human. We will slide backwards sometimes. But if we've put the right changes in place, if you've learned the right techniques, you can stop the slide. You can stop the slide before it gets so far back that you're starting at square one. So if you feel like you have done that, if you feel like you have moved forward and then slid back and moved forward and slid back, and maybe you recognize why it's happening, or maybe you don't, know that you're in good company, but also know it doesn't have to be that way. You don't have to keep sliding backward and digging yourself back out. Yes, you can, because you're a badass too. You can white knuckle, you can like get down to it and just suck it up, but you don't have to. There are ways to make lifestyle changes, life-changing changes that when you do it right, it's slow and steady. The progress doesn't happen overnight, but also the backslide doesn't happen. You may start to creep backwards but you'll be able to pull the brake and move forward again. If you can relate to that, shoot me a message. Let me know. And if you'd like to not slide backwards anymore, shoot me a message because I can help you.